What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
I don't know work, I can't go.
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay it, I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
Don't trouble me again, please. You keep barging me, I don't like it. Don't barge me.
Keep going.
dealing with desperate debtors,
You please open the door.
You can do this. I think you're not human.
in dramatic situations.
And break your glasses!
We meet the people who are losing their homes
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's
He'll die.
life-threatening.
and their possessions.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off me.
they'll take it away. The number of privately rented households has doubled in the last 15 years, with more than half of tenants now renting in the private sector. But evictions have soared, increasing by over 30% since 2007. (8 a.m. North London). High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner work across the south of England, enforcing writs and repossessing properties.
Today we're off to Cricklewood with a writ of possession. I don't know if it's a Mr. or a Miss.
They're on their way to evict tenant Kekwa Dongu and her family, who've ignored several court orders telling them to leave.
Just look for the number. It's on our left. Top there. Oh, I think they're ready for us.
But this job isn't going to be straightforward.
Good morning.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, no?
What's significant about 9 o'clock?
That's what we were told, 9.
Oh, right.
It says on my paperwork 8.
The family claim they have a letter telling them the eviction would begin at 9 and are protesting about the early arrival of the agents.
Good morning.
It's 9 o'clock. You can't come in. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock, Chief.
There is no time. I don't know who...
But that's the time they give us 9 o'clock. That's not trying to play this.
The writ gives the agents authority to enter the property at any time. Kekwa comes down to back up the father of her children.
No, they want to say 9 o'clock. Oh, God.
It's okay, you don't have to be out until 9, so you've got... That's a bonus. There's always something.
You go wait outside, please.
No.
But they say 9 o'clock.
Paul wants to remain by the door, just in case the tenants try and lock themselves in.
Sorry, you in or not? Because it's quite cold.
No. This is no longer your house.
Okay, so why are you standing by the edge?
Because that's what I do.
That's what you do. You just stand by the exit.
That's right, yeah. To make sure you don't slam the door.
Sorry?
To make sure you don't
You're
slam
quite
the
funny,
door.
you know.
I am, yeah.
Quite funny.
You think you're funny? Huh? People have to move their stuff. You're always standing down there for. You should move down there, they're moving stuff.
Well, when you're ready.
Kekwa and her family have just 1 hour to pack their essentials and leave. But instead, they're still arguing over the timing of the eviction.
Look, I'm not being objectionable. Why are you being objectionable? You know, we've been perfectly civilised and you seem to be a bit unreasonable.
Tenants get rude and angry because, honestly, they don't want to meet us. We're asking them to leave their home, so they are going to be angry. If you try and shout, you've lost. It's just a no-win situation. With all due respect, and I understand that you've been told...
You don't understand.
I do understand. You've been told...
You come inside the house, you say you don't understand.
Forget about the letter and all of that. Out of respect, you can't even give us, half an hour to sort of get off things up.
You have the hour. You have the hour.
It's going to be like this.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're making all this fuss. Just get packed and go.
If you could get out of the way, we could actually do it quicker.
You've got an hour to clear the stuff out, so no problem.
If you've got until 9 to leave, why are you here?
We give you an hour to get your stuff together.
No, nobody told... Listen very carefully. Nobody told us...
No. You listen
9
very
o'clock.
carefully. You listen very carefully.
Okay.
Don't touch me like that.
All right.
You're saying you've got up until 9. Yeah? We're saying if you got up until 9, why are you in here when it's not 9 o'clock
Because
yet?
they told us 8.
And they told us 9.
Go on, sorry, we'll get them here and we'll argue it out.
This guy, you're all the same. You don't know what you're talking about.
The reason that tenants make issues out of things that otherwise are definitely irrelevant is that it diverts their mind from the main thrust of the situation. They're going to be evicted. They're just looking for reasons to, in their mind, discredit us.
Kekwa's son decides to start filming Paul on his phone.
You don't care, thinks it's funny coming to people's houses, getting
I don't think it's funny at all.
You do think it's funny, but you don't seem to care.
I do care.
You don't?
OK, I don't care.
You don't?
All right, then I don't care. I'll go with you, wherever you want.
No, it's not with me, it's...
You're wasting your time with that.
I've got until 9, so I can stay and record you up until 9. I'm all good.
OK.
Yeah. So what's your name, Mr. Clown?
My name is Paul Bowhill.
Yeah. The name suits you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. It's kind of you to say so. What's your name?
Don't worry about my name. And your name is...
Steve Pinner.
Look at that big smile on his face. It's funny as well.
I'm just pleasant.
Funny guy. Coming in, standing there. Like some military.
With the situation becoming confrontational, the agents need the family to focus on getting ready to leave.
Ugh. Better not lock us in. I will be miffed.
Leave it.
It's 9 o'clock. The tenants' hour to pack is up, and they must leave.
It's 9 o'clock.
I'm going to get a clicker. Key phrase. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 47 times so far we've heard 9 o'clock.
But Kekwa's son wants to go back in to fetch more belongings.
You don't listen to us, we're not listen to you. Simple as.
You can't come back in. No, you can't come back in.
What do you mean I can't come back
That's
in?
it, 9 o'clock.
Why are you touching me for?
You've got to go. You've got to go.
Can you not touch me?
You're
Don't touch me like that.
OK?
Do not touch me like that again.
All right.
What started as a simple repossession has turned into a volatile situation.
Shove me back, you put breaking rules, but don't shove me again, please. You keep barging me, I don't like it.
Listen,
Don't barge me.
keep going.
Don't barge me.
This should be seen as assault, because you're forcing us out of the house.
Yeah.
This is assault. That's assault, yeah? And you're gripping me as well.
You're gripping me, I'm leaving me, you're gripping me as well.
Paul and Steve need to act quickly to stop this eviction turning nasty. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Cricklewood, North London, carrying out an eviction.
This is no longer your house.
Okay, so why are you standing by the edge?
No, they want to say 9 o'clock. Oh, God.
The tenant, Kekwa Dongu, and her family claimed the agents had arrived an hour early.
There was
Oh,
something.
you don't wait outside, please.
No.
Instead of packing to leave,
Leave it.
the family argued with the agents.
Listen very carefully. Nobody told us.
No. You listen
9
very
o'clock.
carefully. You listen very carefully.
Okay.
Don't touch me like that.
When Paul stopped Kekwa's son from re-entering the house,
Excuse me.
No, you can't come back in.
tempers boiled over.
Shove me back, you put breaking rules, but don't shove me again, please. You keep barging me, I don't like it. Don't
Listen,
barge me.
keep going.
Now the agents need to get the situation under control before things get out of hand.
Just call the police,
What can't you call the police then?
because nobody's assaulting me.
This time, if you carry on, I'll throw water to him.
There's just water there. Is that for throwing over us as the last? Do you reckon?
She should have throw water to you, as I said.
If you do that, sir, that's assault. You can't do that either.
To ease the tension, the agents allow the tenants an extra 15 minutes to pack. Paul and Steve need to give Kekwa, or the children's father, a copy of the writ so they can seek emergency accommodation for themselves and the 4 children.
Can I just explain something just very shortly? Nobody
You know,
gets...
we're spending our time, you know? So
No,
like,
but-
you're taking our time for nothing, we can't even do what
Okay.
you're doing.
The father of Kekwa's children refuses to take the writ. Concerned for their welfare, Paul gives it directly to one of Kekwa's daughters.
This paper, if it's taken to the council office, because there are children involved, they will have to get you emergency accommodation. Wait till they've calmed down, though, but that's the writ. I'm sorry there is such an upset. We are very caring people.
I'm angry that you
Yeah,
I get scared.
we are very caring people. It's okay, it's the worst day of their lives, isn't it? There is never a good day to have your home repossessed.
The agents need to make sure the writ gets passed to one of the parents before they leave.
That's the piece of paper you need to take to the council, OK?
Yes,
So
that's it.
whatever you do, do not lose that piece of paper.
The eviction is almost complete.
Nobody else in here, is there?
I don't think so.
Steve looks around the house to see what possessions are left, but he's in for a shock.
Wow. How on earth can you live like this? It never ceases to amaze me how cluttered and dirty some of the properties are. And you have to actually climb over stuff to get into the different rooms. I just don't know how people can live like it.
The family have now had their extra 15 minutes. Their time in the house is up.
But let's just leave. They don't care. They're just doing their job. I don't hate him for that, but he's just doing his job.
It's your job. It's not your fault. It's your job.
Thank you.
Yeah, sit down, let's stop.
Are you twins?
Your husband and wife.
Kekwa and her family are now homeless and face an uncertain future.
It might seem that your tensions are getting frayed, but at the end of the day, you just got to let them go on with it. They shout, rant and rave and moan at us. They're going to go. And that's the bottom line, you know. As unfortunate as it is for them, there is no going back.
Across the UK, the level of personal debt is on the rise. In the last year alone, total personal debt has climbed by £32 billion. Broadstairs, Kent. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to recover nearly £12,000 worth of unpaid rent owed to a landlord.
Okay, we're going to see Miss Alexandra Donkin and Mr. Mark Howe. We need to collect £11,896.66.
I'll tell you what, he's out of a few quid, isn't he? It's a lot of bloody money.
The debt is for a previous property Alexandra and Mark rented. But if they can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods to offset the debt today. The writ authorises the agents to make peaceful entry through open doors.
Hello, High Court Enforcement. Hello, mate, how are you?
All right.
How are you? Who's Mr. Mark Howe?
No.
I'm here with a High Court writ for Alexandra Donkin and Mark Howe. Are you the tenant here now?
No, I'm the tenant's brother.
Okay, who's the tenant?
Mark.
Mark Howe, cool. Can you get on the phone, please, sir?
No.
No? Okay, cool.
This response makes Brian suspicious.
I'll take it you're Mark then, yeah? You're Mark, yeah? We're here to discuss it and resolve it in the right way. All right. So are you Mark then, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Mark. When somebody doesn't want to identify themselves when I visit, it shows me their intention. They don't want to pay. But it's stupid, it's silly. We're going to find out who you are. It's just a matter of time when.
Now that Mark has confirmed his identity, Brian can serve him the writ and demand payment.
I don't owe rent
So why's he made a claim against you?
because I lived there, but I didn't pay the rent.
Mark now claims he isn't responsible for the debt.
Okay, so I'm here to collect £11,896.66, Mark. How would you like to pay it?
What if I don't owe it?
Then we'll look at removing your assets in your home. Do you work?
No.
Do you claim any benefits? How do you support yourself?
She does.
Okay, do you...
She paid me.
Can Alexandra pay it?
She can't pay all in one go, no.
How much can she pay today?
I've no idea.
Should we get her on the phone and see what we can do?
She hasn't got any money at the moment. She hasn't been paid from the job she's doing yet.
Okay, do you want to have a word with her? Let her know what's going on?
Ask her what.
Mark isn't cooperating with the agents, so Brian changes tactics.
Can you pay me £11,896.66, sir?
No.
Okay, we'll look at your assets to remove, okay? Thank you, Mark. Right, what you got there, mate?
The agents hope the prospect of losing his possessions might prompt Mark to pay. But as they look around the flat for goods to seize, they're in for a surprise.
Why have you got a sword behind the door, Mark? bit naughty, that.
Look, you've got samurai swords in there, mate. If you ain't going to play the game, I might decide those samurai swords might be a bit of a danger to me.
Well, I'm not going to hit you with them.
I don't know what you're going to do with them.
I'll tell you now, why?
Yeah, well, you got a laptop in there, haven't you?
We can't.
Why is that then?
I'm using it.
Hey, you were using it. That now belongs to us.
If Mark doesn't take any steps to pay the £11,000 he owes, he could lose his possessions. But Brian and Dell want to give him another chance.
It's a long day, and the weather's horrible. I don't want to give anyone a hard time. If you don't want to cooperate, that's fine, because I just list everything and we'll take it. All right? Now, that's not what I want to do. All right? So if you fix up, I'll fix up, and we start to get to the nitty-gritty and see how realistically what you can get, what arrangement we can do, right? So we can leave you in peace.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay?
I do not expect you to have £11,000. I'm letting you know that. We're realists, yeah? We're going to need today at least £3,000 today just to set it off. Can you speak to your partner? Just let them know what's going on. Things can happen. We need a lump sum payment. This is the problem. This is the stumbling block at the moment.
Probably get £1,000 in a couple of days, but today I couldn't get that. I'm being honest.
There's still no sign of payment. But Brian and Dell must get this case resolved one way or another.
I'm not being funny, mate, but it might be a case of taking what we can get instead of wasting too much time here. Essentially, just a couple of laptops, TV. What is that, Nikon?
Mate, that's expensive.
Is that Nikon?
That's the money.
Lens, wide angle.
It's clear Mark hasn't got the means to pay. But the value of the items in the flat doesn't come close to clearing the £11,000 he owes.
Is there a reason why you're not working?
Yeah, I suffer from liver disease and depression, anxiety.
Okay.
All sorts of things, really. Yeah.
Okay.
This person may be having a bit of a difficult time. There may be some depression issues here, but we still need to make sure everybody's happy and the job's resolved. It's quite difficult, but it's imperative that we take into consideration the whole circumstance that's in front of us.
Mark is still reluctant to offer anything substantial to settle the debt.
Over one winter, we got a little bit behind and we made arrangements to pay it, which we did. But it got to a point where the house was not being maintained. We couldn't use the lights, we couldn't use the toilet. Why should I pay a full rent, £600 a month, and not have the place looked after properly? So I decided not to. That was my decision.
Given Mark's circumstances, Brian offers him a lifeline.
What I'd like to do is get a £2,000 payment in 1 week's time and then a £200 a month arrangement. So you can either agree to it or remove your goods. What would you like us to do?
Agree to it.
If you don't pay it, I will be back here the following day. Do you understand that?
Yeah, to do what?
To remove your goods.
Mark has been offered an extra week to find the money, but his response comes as a shock to the agents.
What if I move them out in the meantime?
Well,
then
that's a whole different ballgame.
What will happen? If you were to dispose of them, you'd be committing a criminal offence, right, because they're not yours to dispose of. The police would be called and you'd be nicked. Now, if I think for one moment that you might, then I would be better off taking them now.
Mark's suggestion that he might remove his goods before the agents return forces them to change their approach.
Do you know what? I need £2,000 today. Get me £2,000 today, or I'm going to remove your goods. I don't like your whole aura. I don't like what I'm hearing. So the next discussion we're going to have will be about payment, okay? So if you can't get it, I'm just going to remove your goods.
Why can't I do things in an amicable way? What difference does it make if we pay £2,000 a day?
The agents have been in the flat for over an hour. Mark's partner, Alexandra, calls.
Hello. We've got bailiffs around the house, and he wants £2,000 today, and I said we haven't got £2,000 today, you haven't been paid. I don't know what you want me to say. No, you stay out of it. You stay out of it, I said. I'm missing all my horse racing doing this, but it's cost me money. I'll bill them for that. Right, okay.
With Alexandra unable to provide funds, Brian is forced to give Mark an ultimatum.
Okay, Mark, you need to get this £2,000. or I'm going to remove your goods. I've got a vehicle on the way here now, and I will carry that out. Okay?
Turns you on.
If it turns me on, not particularly, no. It may turn you on.
You want to take my computer and my television, you do so.
I'll do. Well, I'll do that because you can't pay the money you owe.
I haven't got it on me today.
How would you get it?
My mother and my sister.
How long would it take?
Well, I suppose it's just a case of going to the cash point and getting it out.
Is it something that could happen today?
I don't want to worry my mother because she's unwell.
All the moment's all guesswork, isn't it? You haven't asked anybody.
Mark finally starts to try and raise some funds. He calls his sister.
Do you want to speak to him? He wanted 2. She can only do 1,000. Okay, sorry about this. I'll get it sorted for you tomorrow. Can you give me the 16 numbers?
Mark's sister agrees to pay half of the £2,000 needed today.
My sister's got to contact her husband, so I don't suppose he's going to be too happy about it. It's just inconveniencing other people.
But Mark still needs to raise the other £1,000.
We've got £1,000 to go.
So you want me to chase around all night looking for £1,000?
We're here for 11,000. We're actually being very reasonable and asking for 2 at the moment.
So that's not enough?
I need another £1,000.
Or you take the stuff?
Yeah.
Mark decides to go and see his mum to ask for help.
I feel angry now. Very.
You can look at me all you want, that'll make a difference.
Sleep well tonight, won't you?
I'll sleep very well, thanks.
You won't when it comes to judgment, don't you?
Maybe not.
There's no maybe about it.
Brian and Dell wait in the flat for Mark.
People like Mark, it's everybody else's fault. But you know what? It's your fault I'm standing inside your front room. It's your fault we're having this discussion. Nobody else is. You know what? I don't particularly want to be inside your home at 7 o'clock at night having this discussion. I'd rather be at home having a Horlicks or a Bovril. Do you know what I mean?
An hour later, Mark returns with another £1,000.
I've got the card.
All right, if you can just sign and telephone number there, Mark.
The case is resolved, for now. But if Mark doesn't stick to his payment plan, the agents will be back.
I just want to say that I'm not here to be difficult. It may seem that way. It's not personal. Okay?
Fine.
I appreciate what you've done. I want you to know that. All right?
Brian and Dell have got the result they needed in a difficult situation. But in Paul and Steve's next case,
You can do this. I think you're not human.
they meet a woman whose life is turned upside down by a bitter dispute with her landlord.
16 months this has been going on for.
Really?
And I've spent £6,500.
On average, over the last 5 years, tenants in the UK have spent more than £40,000 on rent. The average rent now stands at £1,280 a month. It's rising year on year, and more tenants are being evicted. Langley, Berkshire. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on the road again to carry out another eviction.
There's actually no money on the order.
So theoretically, it's just a straightforward, no-nonsense repossession.
It could be an easy job, or they could just be hiding behind the curtains.
The landlord claims he's been trying to get his property back to live in himself, and that his tenants, Habib and Amel Jabali, have refused to leave with their 3 children.
5, 3... Oh, that one.
Well, that's where the ice cream van is.
Mr. What's it?
Now, hang on. You've got to be careful here, because these ice cream vans are sometimes known to have loaded 12 bores.
Loaded cones.
Well, no, because they actually have, like, turf wars, don't they?
The landlord claims the dispute with his tenants has been going on for over a year. This eviction is going to test all of Paul and Steve's negotiating skills.
Something I prepared earlier. It's not often we get luxuries like this.
They've been given a spare key by the landlord.
Hello, sir. Good morning, good afternoon.
Hello, sir. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Right.
We have a repossession order for this property.
We haven't got any letter to say that. So
No, there is no letter. I have the letter here.
And I move by tomorrow?
No, you've got an hour now to pack just things you need for today.
Right.
You can come back and pick the rest of your stuff up by arrangement with the landlord.
Okay.
The family have lived in the house for 6 years. Now Habib has just 1 hour to pack some essentials for himself, his wife, and their 3 children.
Is that your ice cream, Ben?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind a large cone. You
can't have an ice cream now.
Can't be moving
No,
for last 2
fast
days,
as you
boss.
can, please. Fast
I
as you
will.
can.
I will,
All right.
boss.
We don't want to follow you about. We'll be outside.
Okay.
The landlord, Mr. Jalaf, and his father are here to see the tenants evicted.
No, Joy?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay.
They've got an hour to get their stuff out.
Cool, fine, brilliant. 16 months this has been going on for.
Really?
And I've spent £6.5 grand.
Wow.
6.5 grand on this to get them out. I'm going to move in myself, me, my wife, and the kids, and hopefully have a lovely life together. 16 months ago, I gave him notice to leave the property. They then turned around and said, I need 6-7 months. He was willing to increase the rent, which I didn't want him to do, but he did it himself anyway. But since then, we've been through the courts.
Habib denies voluntarily paying more rent in order to stay in the house.
He wants just money. For the last 6 years, I've paid him. I had no problem with him, with the payment. She can't afford that. Suddenly, you want to put his rent up. It's ridiculous. And I can't afford it. You know, the money asking for, I can't afford it. But I never missed a payment, never.
Half an hour into the eviction, wife Amel arrives home with her 2-year-old son.
You can't do this. I think you're not human. It's unbelievable. Not even receiving nothing. We not receive any letter. How can they do this? We are paying our rent. Everything is updated. I know he's allowed to get his property, but I've got kids. This is really ridiculous.
Okay, calm down.
18-year-old son Fedi steps in to help.
Okay. How long have you got to leave now?
You've got an hour to get personal things together. Go to see the council. They will give you emergency accommodation straight away. And then you need to speak to the landlord to move the rest of the stuff out in the next few days, once you've made arrangements with the council.
The landlord, you know what? He's asking us to pay $1,600, which the property is $1,125. This is his problem.
He's going to move back into the house.
No. Excuse me, no. He wants to kick us out from the house.
Despite the dispute, the family must leave the house today.
You've only got a take with you, sufficient to last you for today. Go to the council office.
I'm going back now.
Right.
I live in the council. Every day I'm in the council. They know about, look, 1, 2. Every time I go, I have to sit for 4 or 5 hours. My husband, he's ill. He had a back problem. Now we have to move our stuff.
Amel claims that due to her husband's health problems, he hasn't been able to run his ice cream business properly. Now the family haven't enough money to move.
They look for the reference because my husband, he doesn't receive any because he's worked for his own, you know. They ask you for 5-month deposit, 3 months in advance. Who gonna afford it? He just working only 20
But now
hours
that you've
a
been
week.
evicted, the council will give you a house.
Yes, okay.
And you've now got the letter to take.
Tenants tell us it's the landlord's fault. You know, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I try and impress on them that we don't know the landlord, like we don't know the tenant. We're brought in just specifically to do this job. We have no history with either of them, so we can't take sides.
I have a problem with my back like this. For the last 3 years like this. And something heavy. This last week was a physiotherapy. And now I'm back again because they're full staff. I shouldn't.
The agents have been at the property for nearly 2 hours. Amel is still in shock.
Of course it's upsetting. Who except going in the street. Nobody. Plus, when you got children, I mean, look, the food was ready for tonight. Can you imagine? Expecting my kids coming from the school to have their dinner? This is unfair. It's just unfair. What you can do? Nothing.
The tenants have a legal right to return to the property at a later date to collect their possessions.
Are they moving everything?
Pretty much. Well, looks like it.
But it becomes clear that they want to take everything today.
You didn't have to take everything now. You didn't have to take everything now. No, we said only your personal effects.
Yeah.
You can make an arrangement and collect everything else in another day.
I don't want to see him no more.
Okay.
After wait.
Okay. We are coming across people that say, I don't want the landlord anywhere near my property, I'll get it out now. And we've been on many occasions where the house has been empty in less than an hour. You know, they all dig in and get everything out.
How are we doing? Are they going okay? Are they?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
We're not panicking.
left?
No, it's all right. We're not chasing it for you. But you don't need to clear all the stuff today.
Yeah, but he's going to be in the house, isn't he?
Well, he'll have the keys, but what is there? He can't take the stuff away. We'll walk around and do a video of everything that's in the house.
Right.
For that very reason, for security reasons. So we know, and it's on camera, what's actually
I'll
there.
let him know.
What a good lad you are.
Thank you.
You're just steady, absolutely together.
Thank you.
All right. But if you're my son, I'll be proud of you. I'm sure he is.
Thank you.
Despite being told they can apply for emergency housing, Mrs. Jabali is still worried she has nowhere to go.
What's happened is just people, very bad people. They haven't got hearts, you know? They don't care if you are in the street with the kids or not.
Paul and Steve have given the family extra time to pack, but now they must leave the house they've called home for the last 6 years.
I'm going to show you something. It means to us, look. There is no place like home.
Amel is worried about where the family are going to sleep tonight.
It's 2:45. Tonight, I'm sure we're not gonna be housing before 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
The eviction is over. Mr. Jalaf has his property back.
Kind of feel bad for the tenants because I gave them every opportunity to, move out on their own terms. But, unfortunately, my hands were tied. It's not a nice thing to do, but, I had no choice but to do that.
More than 8 million households across Britain have no savings at all. And the number of families who have debt problems has increased by almost a third since 2012. Luton, Bedfordshire. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to recover a £4,500 debt. But this isn't the first time the agents have visited the debtor, Shirley Davis.
Oh, all right, don't worry. Well, I think we've got the next job. We've been here once prior. What's her name again?
Shirley Davis. She owes Mr. Mustafa Al Naziri £4,496.
She's got to pay today.
On their previous visit, Shirley refused to let the agents into her house.
First visit when I came with Graham, she went to the top window. I listed some vehicles and put relevant paperwork through to get some sort of reaction, but she hasn't even called. So we might catch them in now. It's 6 o'clock nearly. Just park down here, see if we can get in the side maybe straight away.
As this is the agent's second attempt to recover the money for their client, they're not taking any chances. They go round to the back of the house to make sure this time they get in.
Hello? Hello? Court Enforcement, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. We're High Court Enforcement agents. We're looking for Shirley Davis.
She's not here.
Does she live here still?
No, she doesn't. Why? What are you looking for her for?
Well, it's regarding High Court. We've got a High Court writ, sir.
I'm her ex-husband.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
How long have you been her ex for?
Well, we're not even divorced yet, but...
Del, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. When I first visited, she was at the top window, so she is here.
Does she live here?
She's not here.
Does she live here?
She stays here, so...
Okay.
Okay.
Shirley's husband claims she no longer lives at the address, but Del is suspicious.
Do you know Mr. Al-Naziri?
I don't know.
Mustafa? No, someone called Mustafa. You don't?
No. What's that you're saying?
It's a High Court writ, so we don't have any information other than what we have.
How much is that?
Well, I can't say too much unless you want to pay it for her.
Well, she's my wife after all.
She's your wife now?
Yeah.
So she's not an ex?
No, we're not divorced yet.
All right. So she's your wife, and she lives here. All right then.
Okay.
If you run into that, we can.
Occasionally.
Yeah, when it suits you. Yeah.
So.
All right.
So can you leave a copy of this?
We've been here too many times. We left letters for her, and she's not phoned and she's not contacted nobody. Where is she now?
I don't know where she's gone.
Do you have a phone number for her?
It's not for me to give you her phone number. Please, let me phone her.
So you call her, talk to her,
let me pay her.
tell her. May I go get it back?
Yeah, man.
All right. When people are being evasive with a debt issue, it's actually normal. I expect them to lie. On a few occasions when people are honest, I'm actually quite taken aback, and it makes you want to help them.
The agents have been in the house for 5 minutes when another man suddenly comes into the kitchen.
How are we doing, sir?
What's up? No problem. What's wrong?
You're looking for Mum because she was someone.
Looking for Mum? What do you mean looking for Mum? Looking for who? Who you come to look for? What's the name?
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis here. So what do you want?
Talk to me.
Okay.
We've spoken to her husband. If that's your father, I don't know, because you haven't said who you are yet. All right? So I'm taking the view that this is your son, yeah? Okay. And I'm taking the view that the woman that we've come here to see is your mum. We've spoken to your dad. Your dad's going to call your mum, so we can try and get this resolved.
Who's he calling though? There's not what you talking about. Shirley Davis.
He knows who it is.
Who's Shirley Davis?
It's your mother we come for.
What's your mum?
He just told you that.
What's the name?
He just told you who we come for.
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis. What
That's
are you
not what
talking
he's.
about?
That's not what.
There's no
what.
Shirley
You know what?
Davis.
Sarah, don't talk to him. Come out with this attitude. Don't come to this attitude. There's no attitude here.
There's no Shirley Davis here.
Look,
we've already established the facts.
Yeah, there's no
We've
Shirley
already
Davis
established
here.
the facts.
There's no Shirley Davis here. There's no Shirley Davis here.
It's a stalemate. Will Brian and Del ever come face to face with the elusive debtor Shirley and get the £4,500 they came for?
Who's Shirley Davis?
Brian and Del were in Luton, collecting a debt of £4,500.
We're High Court Enforcement agents. We're looking for Shirley Davis.
The debtor's husband told the agents she'd moved.
She's not here.
Does she live here still?
No, she doesn't.
And then another man in the house told them he'd never heard of her.
Who you come to look for? What's the name?
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis here.
It's your mother we come for.
Is it your mum?
He just told you that.
What's the name?
He just told you who we come for.
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis. What are you talking about?
That's not what.
There's
That's
no
not what.
Shirley
You know what?
Davis.
Sarah, don't talk to him. Come out with this attitude. Don't come to this attitude. There's no attitude here.
There's no Shirley Davis here.
The agents suspect both men are holding back the truth. Now they have to skillfully get to the heart of the matter.
Speak to your father then if you don't
Who's
know, because
Shirley
he's
Davis?
told us.
You tell me who Shirley Davis is. Who's Shirley Davis?
All right.
Yeah, it's quite difficult when the debtor isn't available to talk to, but when you have family members there who can get hold of her and choose not to put you in contact, it's another wall, it's another obstacle. And I'll prod a little further and I'll ask the appropriate questions till I get the answers I need. So just a bit more work like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, so to speak.
So where's this warrant from the High Court? Can I see it?
But if you don't know who Shirley Davis is, why am I showing you?
Let me see.
Why am I
Yeah,
showing
but
you?
from the house. I want to see if it's got the house.
What's your
name?
name? All right, give me something. What's your name then?
Get me.
What's your name?
I'm Davis.
You're Davis.
Yeah.
Is that's your surname?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Sean.
All right, Sean. I'm Delroy, okay?
The man finally admits he is the debtor's son, Sean. But then his dad returns after speaking to Shirley on the phone.
She don't know no most different. She don't know most different. Don't know what you're talking about.
He no longer wants to cooperate with the agents.
You broke into my home.
We haven't broken into your
Yes,
home.
you have. You come
We
in
have
here
not broken
unauthorized.
into. We don't need to be authorised, sir.
My
We've
friend.
not. Look, I've not come here to disrespect nobody. You know, I've explained why I'm here. We've come through an unlocked door. Now, I'm not
As I
leaving
say,
until we resolve
it
this.
is my right as a citizen of England.
I've been commanded to come here by the High Court. All right?
Sure, but this is private
You know
property.
something? Call the police then, so we can do our job, because I can see where this is going.
So you tell me what you want to do. There's no payment.
Okay, so then we need to go and have a
then
look.
fine. Then we need to look. We need to look around the yard then, bro, so we can put this to bed. All right?
Even in Shirley's absence, Brian and Dell can seize assets to cover the £4,500 debt.
All these things in this house belong to me. Everything in this house is mine.
Yeah, I know it's yours, but let him look.
If Shirley's husband can't prove the goods in the house belong to him, the agents can take them away. But the bare floorboards on the stairs suggest the family have hit hard times.
Is it council or you bought the house?
Council.
All right. Okay.
Downstairs, the agents find letters from other debt collection agencies. It soon becomes clear that the assets in the house don't come close to clearing the £4,500 debt.
It's obvious to me that you haven't. I don't expect you to have £4,500 in your back pocket. You understand me? But some arrangements got to be put in place, innit?
The only option left is to set up a payment plan. But this can't be done in Shirley's absence.
We need to speak to her so we can assess her situation.
Yeah.
Your dad, is he retired?
Yeah.
Okay, situation with mum.
Same thing, she's not working.
There's no goods here to cover the debt other than, well...
A Samsung television. I'm not going to take the man's television.
I'm not going to take telly. I'm inclined
Do you know
to
what,
return this
yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
because we're wasting our time.
After an hour at the house, the agents have no choice but to walk away empty-handed.
Sean, it doesn't mean this problem's going to go away though either. Yeah, there may be other avenues that the claimant can go down. They can take further legal advice. Sorry if us standing here upset you or this gentleman here. Do you understand? It's not personal. Yeah, we're not here to judge you or your family situation.
All right, sir, all right? See you later. I'm coming at your house, yeah? Bless.
It's been a frustrating case for the agents.
The house is effectively empty. There's no carpet. The only thing of value is a telly and a keyboard. Other enforcement agencies are clearly after them. Judging from how they live, I'd say they probably don't have anything.
The case hasn't been resolved today, but the claimant has a right to send the agents back to try again.
It doesn't mean it's gone away. The issue hasn't gone away. The issue hasn't been dealt with. Just because we couldn't resolve it doesn't mean it won't be resolved. So that's quite important as well.
Coping with island life on benefits, we meet those struggling to make ends meet in Life on the Dole. Catch that new here on Channel 5 Thursday at 8. Next, Mrs Caldicott's Cabbage War.
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
I don't know work. I can't cope.
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay it. I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
I'll smash his head.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
You please open the door.
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
In dramatic situations.
I'll break your glasses!
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's
He'll die.
life threatening.
And and their possessions.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay...
Get your hands off me!
They'll take it away. On average, UK landlords are owed £1,800 in unpaid rent, and the problem is getting worse. The number of tenants failing to pay their rent has risen by nearly 20% over the last year. And increasingly, landlords are turning to the courts for help. 8 a.m. Steve Pinner and his son Ben are High Court enforcement agents. They're on their way to repossess a property in Hayes, West London.
This morning we have a writ of possession. It is against Mr. Serge Assawassa. The landlord is meeting us there with their locksmith. Jolly good.
The landlord claims the tenant owes £14,000 in rent arrears, but the agents aren't here to collect the money. Their job is to evict him today.
It'll be here somewhere, isn't it?
No numbers on the door?
It's here. Big old double-fronted house.
Nice.
It's going to be interesting.
The landlady, Ms. Pardeep Verdi, is waiting outside the property with her brother.
OK, this is Ben.
How are you doing, you right?
Have you got keys or anything?
I've got keys for the property, but
That's the front door and...
OK, if you give us a few minutes,
yeah.
Just let us deal with that and we'll come back and apologise.
The tenant, Serge, has been living at the property for a year.
It doesn't look empty because there's cars in.
This job isn't going to be straightforward.
Curtains moving, twitching? No?
No twitchers.
Hello?
The High Court writ allows the agents to gain entry to the property.
Hello?
Even if no one answers.
I can hear noises, but...
Hello? I'll take it upstairs. There's a lot of rooms here. Hello? It's like a hotel.
And they're all locked. Locksmith's going to have a great day.
This family home is not all it appears.
It's like 40 towers.
Suddenly a man emerges from one of the bedrooms.
Hello, good morning, sir. My name's Ben. We're High Court enforcement. We're here to repossess the property. How many other... Yes, today, I'm afraid. How many people live here?
The agent's visit seems to have come as a surprise.
Is there anyone else in the rooms? Hello.
Hello there.
Someone downstairs.
It's clear that there's more than just one tenant living in the house.
My name's Steve Pinner. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have a writ to repossess this property.
I'm a tenant here.
And who's your landlord?
He's upstairs, I believe. His name is Sarge.
Steve quickly assesses the situation.
He's not actually the owner of the property. So he's been subletting.
Okay.
He's been subletting to you without permission.
Right.
And the owner of the obviously not paying the rent across.
He's not been paying the rent.
It would appear so. We have the authority from the High Court to repossess the property. So give you an hour to get your stuff together.
Is he upstairs?
Somebody's upstairs. I don't know what he looks like.
He's upstairs because I can hear his voice.
The man upstairs is Serge, the tenant who's been subletting.
How many people live here?
About 5 rooms.
5. And the rest here?
I'm gonna have to start slow.
You're gonna have to start, ringing round.
On properties that have been sublet, the person who originally rented the property has sublet to other people. They're paying them, but he is not paying the landlord. So they're stealing from both sides. They're stealing from the landlord by not paying him, and they're also stealing from the subtenants.
What's happening?
It's a kind of a joke.
Serge, the official tenant, must now face his subtenants.
Am I going to get the deposit back before I go?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
You do now realise that you've got to get your stuff together and that move, yeah?
I know.
I'd appreciate it if you please give me my deposit before I start packing up.
Mate.
Even though the man has been paying his rent to Serge, he and all the other occupants must leave within the hour.
That's not a good day for you, I know.
Can I suggest you get dressed?
I will, but I'm just... Yeah, you get yourself sorted.
The agents must now check the rest of the house to see who else is living there.
It's a big old gaff, isn't it?
Hello? Good morning, madam. Do you want to get dressed? Madam, we're High Court enforcement. There's just rooms everywhere. 5 bedrooms at least?
Well, he's earning a few quid, isn't he? £500 a room per month. 1, 2... Well, he's not paying for that one, obviously. 3, 4, 5... Making £2.5 grand a month. Doesn't have to go to work, does he?
Landlady Pardeep and her brothers have come into the property. The agents must break the news that their tenant, Serge, has been letting rooms out and collecting rent without their permission.
Apparently, they've been subletting it illegally.
I can't believe this. Every single room here.
The amount of stress this man's caused us. He's got to go.
Legally, Serge must leave today, but the landlords have to let him back into the house at a later date to collect his possessions.
He is going to go outside the door, but they are going to have to come back and collect their stuff.
You know, there's a 15 grand.
Of course, I know
so
that.
you can understand.
This is not fair.
Serge has overheard the landlord's conversation.
We will leave, but we will not move our stuff today. You can do that to me.
You will leave today.
But we will leave today, but we will not move our stuff today. Shut your mouth.
I don't need to shut it down.
Look at him. Just shut your mouth.
You need to be packing.
The agents must act quickly to calm the situation.
Serge.
If you talk to me like that again.
Serge.
What started as a simple repossession is threatening to spiral out of control.
Calm down.
Let him talk again to me like that. I will smash his head.
Wow.
Hayes, West London. High Court enforcement agents, Steve and Ben, were carrying out a repossession.
Hello? Hello?
They had a writ to evict tenant, Serge Asawase.
It's like a hotel.
But they discovered numerous other people living at the property.
I'm a tenant here.
And who's your landlord?
He's upstairs.
He's not actually the owner of the property.
Serge, the tenant, was subletting the house and not passing the rent on to the landlord. He now owes £14,000.
Sarge, I'd appreciate it if you please give me my deposit before I start packing up.
Mate.
The landlord wanted him and all his belongings gone today.
The amount of stress this man's caused us.
He's
got to go.
And tempers flared.
We will leave today, but we will not move our stuff today.
Calm down.
Let him talk again to me like that. I will smash his head.
Wow.
Now the agents must use all their negotiating skills to get this challenging eviction back on track.
How you getting on?
I can't move all my stuff today.
How much stuff have you got?
I didn't get a notice.
You won't get any notice. You've had notices.
It's not happening. You can say whatever you want.
You can have... I've not finished. The landlord is owed £14,000 apparently.
He's not all that. We were going to pay him. He refused to take our money and came to an agreement and said, we should not pay him. We should just leave. Listen, we had the money to pay. It wasn't doing any repairs. I know what we did. Everyone in here knows that we're going to be moving out of this house around December, not today.
Serge claims the landlords had agreed to let him keep the £14,000 in outstanding rent and let him move out in a month.
You need to go back to the landlord and tell him that these people, you had an agreement with them and you didn't, you've gone.
Okay.
So they've played us.
But the landlord's brother denies Serge's claims.
We've had no negotiations with him. No. Don't talk nonsense. We want you out. We want you out with your stuff. We want you out.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. Yes, but you saw it, right?
Calm down.
Good. If he talks to me again like that,
I'm not shouting, so please don't shout at me.
I'm not shouting at you. I said, tell that
Serge,
guy.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Now it's upset me because you.
I'm
let
not here.
that guy.
I'm not here to take sides.
Good. Let him not come upstairs and talk to me like
Look,
that.
calm down.
When people try to be reasonable, and then he comes up and he's like,
look,
we're not gonna give you no time, blah blah blah, this, that. What does he think? This England, I'm still gonna get the time at this. I'll leave this stuff in here,
Serge,
and I'll come back and I
Serge.
will get my stuff.
Serge.
Serge must leave today, but he's adamant that he won't take all his belongings with him, as it's his legal right to return at a later date to collect them. Ben tries to negotiate a solution with the landlord.
By us telling him he's got to get all his stuff out now, it's causing a problem. So I would suggest letting him come back with, like the rest of them, to get their stuff. What we'll do is when they arrange a day, all the tenants
in one time.
One time.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just go back in.
Ben has managed to get the landlords on side.
Okay, I've spoken with the landlord and lady.
Yeah.
They have agreed to let you store your stuff here for the few days like you've asked. Okay?
Right.
Do not take this kindness as weakness, okay?
No, it's not.
I'm going update party.
Just as the eviction seems to be back on track,
You are Patrick?
Yes.
one of Serge's subtenants arrives home, and he's in for a shock.
I paid my rent.
I understand that.
You know, and
I understand.
What actually happens here? You know, what's happened here? He didn't pay or what?
He didn't pay.
He wants to know why he's being evicted when he's always paid rent to Serge.
This is just ridiculous. You don't pay the rent. He said you don't pay the rent. You know what I mean? That means what is the
You told me.
truth then?
I don't know.
Listen. Do you know the real story?
Yes, you've told me. You've told me.
Good, thank you. So,
What about if I'm 100 miles away,
Patrick, listen, I told you that we were gonna move in December, right?
Yeah, but that's
No,
not the point.
so-
You know what I mean?
No.
What? I will be homeless or what? You know what I mean?
You're not gonna be homeless.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
well-
I don't be homeless because I haven't had accommodation already 2 months. You know what I mean?
The agents have been in the house for almost an hour and a half. The first subtenants are finally leaving.
Yeah, good. Might be old, but I'm good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just sorry that you're in the position, and I hope today gets better for you.
Yeah. I was not even. No one. I think no one was aware.
And that's the sad part of it.
Yeah. He signed contracts with everyone, taking deposits. You know, has done things the right way. So obviously, no one had any doubts about anything.
I wish you good luck for
Thank
everything.
you.
Finally, 2 hours after the agent's arrival, Serge leaves the property. But despite subletting the house and owing £14,000 in rent, he still feels he's been wronged by the landlords.
Looking at it from a point of view of others, they're thinking, okay, he's gone away with 14 grand worth of rent, right? But the whole of this eviction process is a painful process, right? I had a 3 years agreement on this house, which has come short because of the problems I encountered. I'm the one that's been treated in an unfair manner. If they're throwing me out, probably that 14 grand is some kind of compensation, don't you think? I'm using it to get accommodation now.
Ben hears that Serge already has a plan.
He's got another property. You know that? He's got another property.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to do the exact same thing over and over again.
You'll be there in 6 months.
The family will have to decide whether to pursue Serge for the £14,000 he owes. But for now, the agent's work is done. More than half of small businesses are worried about cash flow, with many struggling to pay invoices on time. Late payments are causing more and more businesses to go into debt, and some to fold altogether. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Worthing, Sussex, to collect a large debt from a car parts company.
Right. Dale, me old cocker. What we got next, mate?
We are going to AGB Parts Limited. In the first instance, we're looking to collect £10,121.
That's a lot of bloody parts, isn't it?
The money is owed to a van rental business after AJB Parts hired vehicles and returned them in a damaged condition.
Do you want to go in there?
AJB Parts is registered at the home of its owner, Mr. Greg Berek.
5th floor.
5th floor, always.
It's always right. This
Always the way, isn't it? Yeah.
Mr. Berek has the keys. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm looking for AJB Parts Limited.
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, not me.
Who's that then?
My husband.
Is he in?
No.
Where is he?
He's in work, I think, at the moment.
Can you contact him?
Yes.
We're from the High Court. It's regarding a debt.
Mm-hmm. Can I repeat?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Berek?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, my name's Mr. Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yes?
I've got a High Court writ regarding monies you owe to Rossets UK.
Oh. I'm quite confused because I start paying them back money.
What?
So I don't know what you're gonna do.
Mr. Berek says he's been paying the debt off in instalments, but the claimant went to the High Court to speed up the process, and it must be settled today. Dell needs him to come home to discuss the matter face to face.
Well, how far are you from your house, sir?
Sorry?
Where are you working, sir? Where do you work?
Airport.
Okay.
Can you pass me to my wife?
Yeah, she's here. She's listening.
Yes.
Ale to nie puszczę, powiem, że nie ma. No dobra, no już jest.
Okay. He will be here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Okay. Yeah.
That's
okay.
good.
Can you wait?
I'll be happy to wait. No
Yeah.
problem at all.
Mrs. Berek and her child suddenly leave in the lift.
Do you notice how adept she was at making sure the door was closed? Oh, yes. So it tells me we're not the first. Well, it tells me she's been warned.
The agents are suspicious and do some digging while they wait for Greg Berek to arrive. A letter of enforcement has already been sent to his workplace.
Oh, amazing. I've got some new details. He said he had a unit down by the airport. I've actually found out what the unit is from the claimant. They've given us those details. If we don't want to pay, we'll have to go to him then, won't we?
If the agents can't get Greg to settle the debt when he arrives, Brian has a plan B. They'll go to his unit at the airport and seize his business assets.
I've got the unit he's training from. I don't want him to be aware of that.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. We'll just say, look,
just crack on, yeah.
Not much more we can do here.
You've got to be able to think out the box a little bit, and if you can keep the element of surprise, it's all good. You've got every chance of recovering something.
45 minutes later, company owner Greg Berek arrives home.
Hello.
Oh, are you Greg?
Yes,
How are you, Greg? How are you?
Good, guys.
We have a High Court writ for just over £10,000. Long story short, you need to get £10,000. Okay.
Yeah, but how I can pay if I don't have money? Seriously, because this is not just one bill what I have to pay, you know? It's some bills what I have to pay as well.
At the end of the day, this bill needs to take priority because this has got a High Court writ. Look, I just want to collect the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have nothing.
You see that big man there, my
Yeah.
colleague? He doesn't have the patience that I have.
I understand, but you know what I can say.
The agents want to give Greg one last chance to resolve the matter now.
50% £400 a week arrangement.
You want to pay half of it?
I don't have...
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
But Brian and Dell haven't finished with Greg yet.
Okay.
Let's have a go. Let's have a look down there, mate. He's got money around him. He don't want to pay it.
Greg may think he's off the hook, but the agents are about to surprise him at his workplace. And this case is far from over.
Tell you, he's shooting straight back down there now, mate.
We'll see him down there.
Worthing, Sussex. Brian and Dell were trying to collect a £10,000 debt owed to a vehicle rental business by company owner Greg Barek.
Hi, good morning. I'm looking for AJB Parts Limited.
Yeah, my husband.
Greg let slip where his business was based.
Where are you working, sir? Where do you work?
I've got the unit he's training from. I don't want him to be aware of that.
Absolutely correct.
When Greg met the agents outside his home, he claimed he couldn't pay.
Look, I just want to collect the money.
I don't have nothing.
The agents had a plan.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And let him leave.
Let's go. He's shooting straight back down there now.
We'll see him down there.
Now Brian and Dell are on their way to see if Greg has returned to his airport unit.
We're on the trial again. We're on the trail.
If he's there and still refuses to pay, the agents will seize his business assets to cover the debt.
So how do you want to play this one? Just get there and call him out?
Cool. Gloves off him if we find his assets and that down there. It's for him to prove what's with what and who's with who.
Brian and Dell's tactics appear to have paid off.
Let's just go there.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're fine. What's on the boxes, mate?
I don't know, but you know what?
Go in there.
I'm about to go and find out.
The large warehouse is full of goods.
Hello again, Greg. This is where you're at, yeah? AJB Parts.
No, it's not. It's not here. Here is completely different business. We're working for them.
You're working for them?
Yeah.
What's the score?
He says he's just working for them.
Okay. Okay, do you want to get your governor out then? We'll try and talk to him.
Sorry?
Do you want to get your boss out then?
No, it's not here.
Greg claims that his company, AJB Parts, is not based at the warehouse and that he's working here for a different business. But the agents are suspicious.
We're going to have a problem, aren't we?
Why?
Well, Unit 18, AJB Parts Limited.
Here. What's the checkbook doing here then?
Your company's here.
No, it's not here.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Oh, dear. At the end of the day, I want you to pay this debt.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I will pay.
What did I say to you?
Yeah, I will pay, but like I said, I don't have the money to pay that.
Find the money to pay half of it then.
I don't will find today. Seriously.
When debtors lied to me, I kind of smiled to myself, but I'll only let the lie go for so long. When you've got a high court writ and you've got the right person in front of you and you're there, they've got assets that need to be removed if they're not going to pay, then that's what you're going to do.
The paperwork proves that AJB Parts is based at the warehouse, so Brian and Dell can seize assets to cover the £10,000 debt.
Okay, have you got receipts, invoices for everything here, yeah?
This is the stuff what just arrived today.
Okay, what's arrived today?
Boxes, nothing more.
Greg now claims that most of the goods in the warehouse don't belong to AJB Parts.
Right, let's start from the back.
Brian and Dell investigate the stock.
Who does the tow truck belong? Not tow truck, the electric forklift, yeah.
It belongs to the owner who's coming now. I don't have nothing, basically, just for this year.
It appears multiple companies are trading at the warehouse, and Greg's company only owns a small amount of the stock. But Brian hopes that the threat of taking away what little he does have will prompt Greg to pay.
Okay, we'll call the vehicle down to remove goods. Stuff that you can't provide invoices for, we'll take control of, okay? Yeah?
The reality of his situation finally sinks in.
He's on the phone now. He was on the phone a minute ago. So sometimes you need to just give him that little, come on, sort yourself out.
Greg finally has an offer for the agents.
1,200 quid, maybe 15. But on Friday, I will try to do the best and manage 2.5. This is maximum what I can do. Seriously. If you thinking it's not, take a step. Basically, I will have to finish everything. I will go to bankrupt.
Well,
and on the end of the day, no one don't take any money.
When somebody can't pay and they have little assets, we'll look at their financial situation, but we have to exhaust all avenues in trying to collect it before we consider doing an arrangement.
After an hour at the warehouse...
I'm trying.
Are you?
Yes, I'm trying.
The agents think they've pushed Greg as far as he can go.
Let's do the 15 today. Let's accept what you're saying. We'll bring the 15, get the 1,500, then we can set an arrangement that you can afford to pay. How does that sound?
Okay.
A deal is done. £1,500 today, another £2,500 by the end of the week, and then £1,000 a month for the next 6 months. Greg heads home to get the cash.
I just think we've caught him a little bit on the up where the money is concerned.
He knew this was coming.
20 minutes later, Greg is back with the £1,500.
Well done. Okay. Thank you very much. Be good.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Excellent.
Greg will now have to stick to his payment plan to clear the remaining £8,500, or the agents will be back. Property repairs are now the leading cause of dispute between tenant and landlord. Over a third of all UK landlords claim they've had their property damaged in the last year. At the same time, 250,000 tenants have withheld rent, claiming their landlords have taken too long to make urgent repairs.
This is a two-way road, 30 mile an hour speed limit. I notice you're doing 35. Don't
I'm not, I'm doing 30.
Watching these junctions left and right, there might be children lurking behind this car. Watch the bollards.
I'm listening to the bollards.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in London to carry out another eviction.
The writ we have this morning is a writ of possession.
Where is it?
The landlords claim they've lost £20,000 as their tenant Faisal Azim hasn't paid rent for a year.
It doesn't say that the landlords are meeting us, or that the landlords may or may not be there.
Mr. Azim and his family have already had notice of the eviction, and he's packing the car, ready to leave.
That's those people moving there.
Oh, well, there you go. Let me quickly get out. This is going to be one of those ones. Hello.
I've got family in the house, we know what you're here for. Listen, what I need from you, let me phone the council, yes?
What are you ringing the council for?
So they're going to have to, he told me to give me a ring as soon as you arrive, because obviously I've got 8 children, my friend, yeah?
This is your house?
I've got 3 kids in there.
Let's stop you there. This is your house?
Yeah, I'm the...
Right, let's try again. I'm Paul.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed Omar, can you give me a ring, please? The Baileys are here, you told me they'll call you when they arrive. Can you call me back ASAP, please, yeah? Thank you.
As there are 8 children in the house, Mr. Azim has been waiting for the agents to arrive so that he can take the eviction notice to the council and seek emergency accommodation.
This is for you.
All right.
Okay.
Mr. Azim claims he stopped paying the rent when the landlord refused to do repairs to the house.
Look, I've gone and paid for a skip myself.
I
I've
see that.
left done for them. I've cleaned my property. You know what I mean? I'm not making a scene. They're making a scene, mate. And if you know the scene can get only accelerate. We're not making one. If you're going to make one, we'll give you one, mate. It's not biggie. We've all been to prison. Don't mind going again.
Despite his dispute with the landlord, Mr. Azim seems willing to leave. But then the landlord's agent arrives, and Mr. Azim's brother becomes agitated.
So you're the agent?
I'm the agent.
Okay.
Tempers are rising, but then the landlords themselves arrive.
Hi, Paul. I'm Monica,
Hello.
landlady.
Do they know you?
I think they know me, yeah.
Yeah, just don't go in there yet.
Okay.
We know from experience that if the landlord is standing behind us or is visible to the tenant, the whole situation is likely to be turbocharged. It's purely aggravating if he is.
Mr. Azim is concerned about his family's belongings.
Got a big sofa and a couple of washing machines and that. Am I going to be able to get that?
Yes, you are going
to.
You are going to be able to get back in there. Yes.
When is that?
Well, all you need to make an arrangement with the landlord.
You need to make this arrangement for me, Denkoff, because these people here, they're not communicative at all.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is, I'm going to put this on your door. This is our office number.
The last of the belongings are packed, and Mr. Azim and his family leave. Monica and her parents are now free to return.
It's been terribly stressful.
The house was originally for you and your sisters?
Yes, I mean, my parents bought it as an investment for my sisters and I, so we rented it out to a family. But right now, we're in debt for £20,000. My mum and dad are suffering.
The tenant's assertion that they withheld rent because repairs weren't carried out is a surprise to the family.
Is that what you said? He's withholding the rent?
Withholding the rent because there was water coming through the roof.
Why didn't he ever tell us that?
The property has been managed by an agency. This is the first time the family have been inside for a year. And they're in for a shock.
It's disgusting, isn't it, really, all this? I mean, look at the kitchen.
I know.
It's totally wrecked it, haven't they? I think they did it on purpose, you know.
Upstairs, the scale of the damage becomes clear.
They destroyed the whole house, innit, really, basically.
Well, you've got 8 children here and presumably 2 or 3 adults.
Monica's father thinks that the problem in the house isn't damp as the tenants claimed.
They haven't been opening window at all, innit?
It's condensation. It's condensation everywhere.
This building should have been inspected every so often, but obviously it's not been done properly. It's going to cost us a lot of money. I just can't comprehend it, actually. I've never seen a place like this.
The smell and the state of the property proves too much for Monica and her mother.
Excuse me, we just need to get past before my mum vomits. I cannot breathe in there. I mean, you can tell it's it smells like animal urination, this and that.
The eviction is complete, but Monica and her family now face another battle.
I mean, the nightmare's over now, but this is just the start of another nightmare, which is to retrieve the money and fix the property, which is, to me, just seems beyond repair. It's been fairly emotional, you know, for my mom.
Thank you.
Monica and her family have got their house back, but Brian and Dell are about to meet a woman who stands to lose what little she owns.
I don't want to take your stuff.
Well, you have to, because it's yours.
Listen, Leslie, do you understand the implications?
In the past 10 years, average personal debt in the UK has increased by nearly 20%, reaching almost £50,000. As Britons continue to borrow more and more, almost 1 in 3 will struggle to pay off these mounting debts. High Court enforcement agents Brian and Dell are on the Kent coast with a writ to recover over £6,000.
Lovely on the old seafront here in Margate.
Yeah, look at
I haven't been down there for years. My mum used to take me down here as a child.
We're going to see Miss Leslie Clark. She owes money to Mr. and Mrs. John Cressy. In the first instance, we're looking to collect £6,176.77.
The debtor, Leslie Clark, was taken to the county court 3 years ago for unpaid rent on her previous property, but the debt was never paid. Now her former landlords have escalated the case to the High Court to get it resolved.
So look, what numbers are here?
17. It's going to be...
No, it's going to be here then. Let's leave this here for now.
The team need immediate payment, or they can seize possessions to cover the debt.
Ooh.
Hello. Hello, hello. At least they're friendly. How are you?
Good for you.
My name's Brian. I'm looking for Leslie Clark. How are you? I'm from the High Court. I'm here with the High Court writ. The claims are Mr. and Mrs. Crissy. John Crissy? Crissy? Yeah, what's that? What was that for? Rent arrears?
Well, yeah, they evicted me from the house and everything, but I haven't heard anything since then.
Okay, come on, let's get you in. Rooney, come on in, you get. What they've done is they've upgraded it to the High Court for us to pursue you to collect the money outstanding. Now, we've got a balance of £6,176.77. There's a copy of the writ for you. So, why did they evict you?
Because I got into a bit of trouble with paying the rent. It didn't go on for very long.
Fine. Are you working at the moment?
I don't work.
You don't work at all? So is there any way we can get these funds paid?
I don't have any money.
You don't?
No.
Leslie claims she can't pay, so the agents need to change their approach.
If you read the High Court writ, it clearly states on there that we're commanded to take control of any assets or goods that you may have here to cover this debt.
I don't have anything. It's my partner's house, Mr. Sykes. He works on P&O Ferries.
Okay. So how do we move forward from here? What we need, you know, if we can't get this paid, we're going to have to look around and see what assets there are. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to have a little think or make some telephone calls and see what you can do. That would be great.
I haven't got anyone to
No?
I've
Okay.
got 5 children and I don't think they're going to be.
Okay.
The seriousness of the situation doesn't seem to be registering with Leslie.
We're going to go down the route of possible enforcement and removal of goods then, yeah? Because you can't pay it at all.
Okay then, if that's what you have to do.
Well, yeah, because you can't pay it. So.
No, I can't. I don't work, so.
Okay, fine. We'll do that. Okay, thank you. I don't think it's really kicked in yet, but maybe I'll try a bit harder and maybe push the point and say, look, this is what's happening. Maybe she needs to hear that a bit more.
Well, look, I don't want to take your stuff. I don't.
Well, you have to.
Not if you can pay.
I can't pay. I don't work.
There must be something we can sit down and organise, because... Leslie, listen, Leslie, do you understand the implications? No. How do you support yourself financially?
Financially, I don't. My other half, he pays the bills here. I just...
All right.
Dell wants to find out how Leslie got into debt.
So, you haven't worked?
No, I've never worked.
You've
I
never
brought up
worked?
5 children. I was carer to my mum. I just started care work. I was in college. And then my other 2 sons are estranged from anyway.
You don't have any contact at all?
Oh no, they're from my first marriage, my first husband. They're with him.
So you never got any money or anything from the divorce? No. So when you came here, what did you come here with? Nothing?
My children.
Your children and the clothes on your back?
A black sack and a prostitute.
It seems that Leslie was left with almost nothing after a divorce fractured her family.
You've had a tough time as well, haven't you?
I have, but I still Roy's here now.
He's a good man, isn't he?
He is lovely. He is lovely.
Sometimes there are underlying issues that we need to be aware of. We do try and show a lot of empathy, but we still have to do our job and we have to please everybody, which is quite difficult.
Leslie has been through a family crisis, but if she can't find a way to settle the debt, her former landlords could force her into bankruptcy.
What could you and Royston afford
I wish
to...
he was here now, but he does week on, week off, and he went yesterday, so
Yeah.
he's back next.
I'll tell you what, why don't you give him a call, tell him that we're happy to do an arrangement for you, and let us know what figure you come up with. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The agent's only option is to set up a payment plan, but as she has no income of her own, Leslie calls her partner Royston for help.
I've got like the High Court writ, and I told him I haven't got the money. Don't worry about me, they are very nice people, so So don't worry, I know you're so far away and you're probably panicking. But if I give you to the man, yeah?
Hi, Royston.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you very much for your time. What we need to know is what figure we can get a month towards this debt. Bearing in mind it's about £6,000.
So I mean, nearly all my wages goes on the household bills and stuff,
Yeah.
so I haven't got anything.
What could we afford?
Oh, God. I mean, I could only do, like, I don't know, between £50 and £100 a month.
So if you say £100 a month, how's that sound?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
All right. When somebody can't pay and they have little assets, we look at their financial situation and make the right decisions. You know, we understand people are having difficult times, so we have to look at what's in front of us and try and help as best we can.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it to me. We'll get back to you. We'll give you a text or something so we're not annoying you. All right.
Right. Okay.
All right, chap. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Here you go. Okay, let's go down to the kitchen. Let's get all this paperwork written out.
Royston is only able to pay a fraction of the debt each month. But it's clear to the agents that he's pushed himself to the limit. Brian accepts his offer.
Listen, thank you. I know it's been difficult for you today. Yeah.
This is just a bit shocked. It's like I've never heard from
Well, we appreciate you having a smile on your face. Yeah. No, but you know, you didn't have to be, did you? You could have been all effing and blind and all sorts, couldn't you?
Oh, my mum's alive. She'd kill me if I see it.
Would she?
The case is over for now. But if Leslie doesn't keep up with the repayments, the agents will have to seize what few possessions she has.
Bye-bye, Leslie.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, that'd be paid off in 5-6 years if she doesn't miss a beat. You know, 5-6 years of her life. Sounds like a long time, but when you get to our age, it flies by pretty quick, doesn't it?
Anyway, should we go for a dip then, Delroy? See you over there.
I'm not treading water is not my thing.
It's a game of allies and loyalties as 5-star steps inside the fiercely divided Wentworth prison. New this Tuesday at 10. Next time for a style reboot in 100% Hotter.
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
You think you can tear my family apart?
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
Get out of here! Somebody's gonna get hurt.
dealing with desperate debtors
You're kicking me out of my dad's house.
in dramatic situations.
Stop being stupid, man! Just please stop it, man!
We meet the people who are losing their homes
Oh my God, I don't know, Isaac.
No, that's
No,
not.
yeah.
Just relax.
and their possessions.
That's fine, because I just list everything and we'll take it.
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off me.
they'll take it away. Recent research shows that young people between the ages of 18 and 25 are facing 10 years of debt, with student loans and mortgages being the major factor. Almost 50% say that they lose sleep over the state of their personal finances, with many too scared to check their bank balance. Delroy Anglin and his son Dale are High Court enforcement agents. They travel hundreds of miles each week, recovering debts and seizing goods. Today they're in Lee, southeast London, with a writ for over £3,500 owed to a van rental company.
All right, Dale. What have we got? Got a Mr. Mohammed Abilau
Tarafta. He owes the money to Ace Rent-A-Van Limited. We're coming for the amount of £3,507.89.
It's a lot of money for renting a van.
Probably damage on a van.
If Mr. Tarafta can't or won't pay today, the agents have the power to seize goods to the value of the debt. But this case will be one of the toughest Delroy and Dale have ever faced.
Morning. My name's Dale Anglin. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. Looking for Mr. Mohammed Bilal Tarafta.
About what?
Pardon? I have to speak to him. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
you?
me.
Is it you, yeah? It's regarding monies owed to Ace Rent-A-Van Limited.
Ace?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Ace.
You never heard of Ace Rent-A-Van?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I only hired a van for 1 day.
Right. They've taken you to court and issued a court order against yourself, and you owe them the amount of £3,507.89.
For what?
I don't know what it's for.
Is there have to call you back? Yeah. What, Ace is charging me £3,000 for hiring a van for 1 day?
I don't know the details of it. Obviously, I only have the bill.
I ain't got notified about that.
All the letters have been
They've got
sent
the
here.
van, so why am I supposed to pay for £3,000?
Is it for damage or something like that?
There is no damage on the van. I don't know why you got to come in here without all these. I don't understand this, man.
When dealing with debtors, in most cases, they turn around and say, don't know nothing about it, mate. Don't know about this debt. What you on about? And so it goes on. I wouldn't be there unless the debt was owed, and they wouldn't be named in a High Court writ if they weren't responsible for that debt.
Bilal claims that the van was safely returned to the rental company and that the debt is nothing to do with him. But the High Court writ says otherwise.
We got a High Court writ to obviously come here to get the money off you. That's why we're here. We've been sending
But I
to get
haven't got the money for that.
All right, okay.
I'm not going to pay for that unless I go to court.
No worries.
That's the only problem.
You can go back to court and
Yeah.
fight it, but obviously that's not going to stop action here today.
With Bilal saying he won't pay, the agent's only option is to start looking for assets.
Whose are the vehicles in the drive?
Oh, that's my dad's and that.
Are you going to get the logbooks and insurance for them?
No, I ain't going to do that. That's not because it's not their thing.
Who lives at the house with you?
My dad and that.
Is your dad here?
I'm not going to get my family involved for that. It's not even my mistake.
If Bilal can't prove the cars on the driveway belong to his father, they could be seized to offset the debt.
No, we want to make sure, right, that none of these vehicles belong to you.
We'll have to seize the vehicles until you show us. That's how real. No, listen to me. I don't want to do. That's what I'm saying. If you can show us, hear me. Listen to me. That's what I'm saying. If you can show us the paperwork, then we haven't got to go down that long route.
The writ commands that the agents look for any assets Bilal might own, which means they need to get inside the house.
Let one of us in.
No.
But then, Bilal's father appears in the hallway.
No, sir.
Oh, no, I don't want some Ace fan. I've hired a van for 1 day and he's charged me £3.5 grand.
What I'd like to do, with your permission, sir, is to come in.
No, come in my house. Come in my house.
I understand that, sir, but we want to be able to report back on your...
You can report whatever you like.
Okay.
You can't come in my house.
All right then, sir. Fine, okay.
Who owns the vehicles in the drive? No worries. Have you got the logbooks and the insurance for them?
So why didn't you get the number plate and find out?
Well, no, we just...
That's your duty.
It's not my duty.
We just want to...
Anybody can come in my house. Okay?
We asked, sir, we asked. Either you talk to him, try and explain, then we're obviously going to have to... We're going to have to dig about and make inquiries on the vehicles. If he wants us to take the vehicles...
No, don't do that. Then he's going to put on my head.
A debtor may be anxious to not inform their family of their debt because it's embarrassing. For example, dad or mum may have previously bailed them out of a situation. And here we are again, confronted with enforcement agents in your house over a debt that you haven't taken care of.
Minutes later, Bilal's father comes back with his insurance documents.
That's fine. That's the... 1 second.
Take him and go.
He's a named driver on the Yaris, though, isn't he?
He's a driver only, but does he own the car?
No, I'll give you that. He's only a named driver.
Okay, go on. Can you go, please?
Please don't push me, sir.
No, get out!
Why are you down? Please
Get
don't.
out! Go! Go!
No, hold on.
You're not the authority here.
I am.
No, you're not.
I am.
Balance off!
I'm leaving.
Go!
Please don't do this.
Don't ever come in again in my door again.
Come on, brother. Listen, I'm telling you, no point.
No, we're trying to keep it calm.
Get out for me at my
I'm not
door.
doing anything, we're just
Okay,
talking.
please. Just get out.
Please stop shouting.
Okay?
Please stop shouting, we can get this sorted.
You are
then we can
breaking
go.
the law.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'll show you why I'm not. Look.
Look, I don't give buzz up. Get out of
Why
here.
are you doing that?
Hey, leave it,
Stop that. No. Let me go and
Oh, man.
I don't know why you want to do that. There's no need for that.
Come on, man.
Listen, I was inside. It's only when he hit that, the only reason I'm in here.
Yes, you go out from here. It's going to be violent. I'll tell you. I'll guarantee that. So somebody's going to get hurt. Either me or you lot.
Why are you being like
No, that's it.
Say, look, please,
Unless
honestly,
you
I'm
go
trying to
outside
sort
my
this out.
house.
We're not.
This simple debt recovery has turned into a dangerous situation for the agents.
Listen.
Now! Solve it!
Will Dell and Dale be able to keep tempers under control before the threats turn into real violence? High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and his son Dale were in South East London to recover a debt of over £3,500 owed to a van rental company.
Looking for Mr. Mohammed Bilal Taraftar.
About what?
But the debtor, Bilal, claimed the writ had nothing to do with him.
They've got the van, so why am I supposed to pay for £3,000?
He refused them access to the house.
Let one of us in. No problem.
And when his father got involved, the situation turned nasty.
Get out!
Why are you down?
Look, I don't give buzz up. Get out of
Why
here.
are you doing that?
Hey, leave it,
Stop that. No.
So somebody's going to get hurt. Either me or you lot.
Now the agents must try and calm Bilal's father down and make him understand they have every right to be in the house.
I call the police.
Okay.
Why?
They have no right to come into my house. No, they have no right to come into my house. Just because of your size.
Nothing to do with my size.
No, you are intimidating me.
We're going to wait for the police.
You are forcing me.
Dale tries to explain the situation to Bilal's younger brother, Abid.
Is it your brother? He's been there and watched it. I haven't done anything to your dad.
No, you forced me to it.
Your dad's the one that's hit me.
No,
I haven't
you
done
forced
anything.
me. Lying bastard, you don't.
Talking here, obviously, is just going to make everyone upset. We'll just wait for the police and we'll get it dealt with.
This is an ongoing thing with this idiot, man. You know what I'm trying to say? That's why my dad's pissed off.
It seems that Dell and Dale are caught in the crossfire of an ongoing feud between Bilal and his father.
Why did you take him?
I'm not here to take him.
No, you had to take him. He's
Why?
the criminal.
Who's making him a criminal?
You are. You have a right to force him to my house?
We didn't force it to us.
Yes, you have forced
No,
him.
we didn't force it.
Yes,
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
You called the police, let them come, and then we can deal with it. Yeah? That's cool.
A lot of communities in this country are tight family communities where everyone lives in one home. Debt is a big thing, and obviously it can cause a massive issue. And unfortunately, obviously, we're the bearer of bad news, and I can understand why someone wouldn't want to bring their family into that.
With Bilal's father now downstairs, Dell tries to break the stalemate.
The easiest way around this thing, pay the money, we leave. Well, then
Not
we're
you,
gonna have
speak
to...
to your brother.
I'm just...
But don't pay it then. You're saying, I'm not paying this. So really and truly, that attitude there is what's going to cause this, not me.
Bilal still claims that he safely returned the van after one day and that he's not responsible for the debt.
Something in this story doesn't make sense. So let me see if I can find out the other side of it.
Dale calls the rental company.
Good afternoon.
And here's a very different version of events.
Their side of the story is that you did hire the van for 24 hours, like you said. They had to come and pick it up, but not after 24 hours. And you didn't tell them where it was. They had to go and find it using their tracker. And it took them 2 weeks to do so. 2 weeks? 2 weeks before they got their van back.
Dale now gives Bilal one last chance. Pay the debt, or the agents will be forced to seize possessions.
I want your brother to take responsibility and deal with this. Go speak to your brother, go in another room. I'll stand right here. You two guys obviously need to chat because he doesn't want to listen to us.
I'm letting you go through my stuff.
Yes,
my
I know.
Stuff.
I
No
understand.
one else. I don't understand, man. It's their fucking
Listen.
right as a freaking enforcement officer, man.
Yeah, we'll
Fuck's
wait right
sake,
here.
bro.
We won't walk round. We'll wait here.
It's their fucking right, man. You can say whatever you want. It's their right. Listen, there's no point thinking in it. Listen, you fucking prick, man. If you don't fucking pay the £3.5 grand, yeah, they're gonna take everything in the fucking house.
Do you not fucking understand that? Idiot. It's more worse than anyone. You fucking swallow your pride and ask someone to fucking help, man.
Tempers are rising again. And then, Bilal's uncle decides to get involved.
You want fighting?
No.
Huh?
No.
You want fighting? You
no,
tell me.
No, we don't want to fight. No.
You tell me.
No, no,
You are
no,
fighting?
no. No fighting. No, 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 no.
I'm ready.
No.
I'm ready.
We're not nothing like
Yes, then go out.
that. Nothing
Please
like
go
that,
out.
sir.
Go.
I can't leave here, sir.
Go. You
There
go
is-
outside.
Sir, there is no fighting.
What's going on?
I haven't moved from here. I haven't moved from here. I don't know why he's upset.
না হইছে ফাইট করতো নি আমি রেডি
Sasa, এটা করলেন না,
ready.
please, Sasa, এটা করলেন না।
চলে তো কি করতে
Bilal's father reappears from downstairs.
We're not.
I know you're not doing nothing. I know you're not doing nothing. I know you're not doing nothing. Can you just stand there? Please,
Yeah, I will stand there.
No, you need to stand there.
We're not going around the house. We're standing right here.
I'm gonna go to prison. Then you all of you will be happy.
Stop being stupid, man! Fucking stop him! Please, Upper! Just please stop him, man! Fucking no, bro! What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Why doesn't he get out of this bloody house?
Fucking no, bro! Are you stupid, man? Fuck, I'm crying, bro. Upper, please, man! Fucking no, bro! Look what you're doing, man! They're fucking right! Don't understand, bro! They're not gonna move! They're not gonna move unless they get the 3.5 grand or 4.5 grand of fucking worth of assets! Don't you understand?
Sometimes it can be very shocking because sometimes everything's very flat and then instantly it's like a light switched on and everything just erupts. And we've got to try and control that in the safest way we can.
The agents have now been in the house for 2 hours. Abid decides to make them an offer.
Well, can I give a deposit or something of 2 grand? Because I've only got about 2 grand on me. Can I give a deposit or something? Huh? Stop fucking being long, man.
How much?
Huh?
It has to be the full amount. Obviously, I know you're trying. I can see that. I'd rather help you with too.
Yeah, but even if it's a small thing, it's
Hear
still
me.
it's
Hear
still
me.
things, isn't it? Come
Listen.
on. Look, at the end of the day, you're paying me back, not these fucking... I know that!
Listen.
That's it! I'd rather have that, you fucking pay me back, not these fucking pricks. They're gonna take everything in the fucking sorry for being pricks.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? I'll chase you up for fucking 5 years if you have to pay me back 2 grand. I'm not gonna come to your fucking yard and take your shit now, man. That's fucking Dad's cars! Abdulaf's car!
Abid's offer of £2,000 isn't enough to clear the debt. But finally, Bilal starts to make some calls to try and raise the remaining £1,500.
Where are you? Where are you? The bailiff's in my house.
Finally, nearly 3 hours after they were called, the police arrive at the house.
Yeah, so we're trying to sort things out, you.
Bilal's father makes immediate allegations about the agents.
This gentleman, he used his size to force me into it.
You know, we wasn't here present, and obviously got up to their plane for time with their warrants they have a power of entry.
It's a high court writ.
I don't like it that somebody's coming to my house.
I mean, the best thing I would say is try and be on these guys' side, try and facilitate as much as possible. It's law enforcement. I'm sorry, there's not much more to do, okay? Take care.
With the agent's authority established, Bilal's father makes a surprise offer of £1,500 to resolve the debt.
Do you teach it?
No, it's for cleared funds. It'd have to be a card.
Cleared funds.
Deal.
One was for 2,000, one was for 1,500.
Together with Abid's £2,000 payment, the debt is finally settled.
Thank you.
Oh, no, receipt.
But before they leave, Bilal's father has one last word.
আরো 20,000 পাউন্ডের জরিমানা কে বুঝিছে করো দেখো হেউ কিন্তু লাইন রেডি রাখতে থাকো আরো জরিমানা আছে আরো কিলা
You got the phone number? Have you got his phone number?
Little boy.
Brother, all the
Be
best,
safe,
yeah?
yeah? You need anything, just give us a call if you've got any queries, yeah? All right, bro.
5 hours after they first arrived, the case is finally over. In London, average rents are 100% higher than the rest of the UK. Londoners renting in the private sector spend on average 60% of their income on rent, and evictions are on the rise. Clapton, East London. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are on their way to carry out an eviction.
Today we have a writ of possession.
The tenant, Mr. Proctor, has lived in the flat for 6 years, but his tenancy expired 5 months ago.
Turned down here, I think.
64.
Mr. Proctor isn't in rent arrears, but his landlord decided not to renew his lease.
Look at that.
Is that a parking space?
Yeah, I'm just going to park here.
Okay.
A locksmith is already at the property.
Did he bring keys?
Only for this door.
Oh, that's all right.
Mr. Proctor has already been given notice of the eviction by the county court, but the landlord has escalated the case to the High Court. Today, the agents are here without warning.
Hello? Mr. Proctor? Could you open the door, please?
Who is it?
High Court enforcement. If you open the door, we can explain everything to you. Thank you very much. This is for you. This is from the High Court.
I haven't had it from the court saying...
OK, what's happened is it's gone all through the county court, and the county court have issued you a date to leave.
Right.
You was probably instructed, possibly by the council or somebody, to wait until you got third letter.
Oh, no, just to the date to leave, but I haven't had the date to leave.
Well, it couldn't have gone to the High Court until you had been instructed to leave.
Let me show you the last letter I've got.
No problem.
Can I just put my shirt on?
Yeah, just please get dressed.
So all I've had...
OK.
Transfer to the High Court for enforcement, but nothing else.
OK. There would be a letter prior to this saying that you had to leave the property by a certain date. Unfortunately, that you do have to leave today.
Oh my God, I didn't know, Maisie.
No, that's
No
all right.
idea.
Just relax, OK? Don't panic. Let's just explain everything to you, OK? The landlord has taken it to the High Court, and with the High Court, there is no notification at all
my
because you were already supposed to be gone.
But that's not what the judge told me to do.
If
county court told me to do, or the lawyer told me to do. That's not, or even my housing officer told me to do.
OK. First things first, talk to somebody, explain them that we are here now, and we're going to give you an hour to get your personal effects together, which you need for a day or two, and then you can make an arrangement to come back and collect everything that's yours.
You can come in, it's just it's very small.
It's a bit squeezed for me. I'm a bit fat for this.
No. Sorry, I'm a bit upset as well.
No, I will try and squeeze it. I'm in.
Mr. Proctor is living in one tiny room. So small, Paul has to wait downstairs.
This is supposed to be a one-bedroom flat and they want £1,200 a month for it. Just I thought I'd let you know that. The landlords want the maximum amount of money that they can possibly get.
Mr. Proctor claims that the landlord wants to move new tenants in and triple the rent.
It's not exactly a, well, one-bedroom flat, is it?
Exactly, but that's what they've told everybody it is.
Mr. Proctor knew his landlord wanted to evict him. A housing association has offered to help him through the process.
Yeah, you can help me. I'm in a complete emergency.
He tries to reach his support worker on the phone.
The bailiffs have just turned up today and I've got a writ of possession, so I have to leave today. I need you to be with me now, ASAP. This is really, really important. I'm standing here with the bailiff standing right in front of me. It's calm.
Mr. Proctor's phone has run out of credit.
I'm going to have to top the phone up, I'm sorry.
No, that's...
What else can I do?
No, that's okay.
Whilst he waits, a professional actor's studio portrait catches his eye.
I'm an actor.
Are you famous in your acting?
See with the DVD, if you go down, you see a big fat one which is kind of grey. Down, 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 down. Stop, pull that out, you see me on the front cover.
Oh, right.
It didn't look like I looked when I just got out of bed by the bailiffs at 9 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I've done loads of stuff since, but not to Shakespeare, though. This is a bit of frigging tragedy today, isn't it, really?
It is sad when you see people who've like worked hard all their life and then gradually they're actually falling on hard times, and the consequence is that the farther they fall, the more chance there is they lose the roof over their heads.
Now with credit on his phone, Mr. Proctor tries to get hold of his support worker again.
I'm in a complete emergency. I have a support worker. Her phone is switched off at the moment. I don't know what to do. This is the last thing I was expecting. The last thing. This has all happened within the last half an hour. In the next few minutes, yeah? Because otherwise... Okay, all right. Cheers. Bye. Bye. No, she's off. That's a manager of another place, you know. I'm in such a kind of mess now. You know...
Get yourself together. Get a bag together of what you need. Obviously, medication, identification, because you're going to need an ID for the council.
This is just like... Christ, this is like a kick in the balls at the moment. This is the last thing I needed.
While he packs, it becomes clear to Steve that Mr. Proctor has been living in difficult conditions.
There's no oven, so that's why I've got my slow cooker. There's a little shower there. Not I've had a hot water for months. Luxury, isn't it?
Hopefully, from this day on, it's going to get better.
Well,
because you won't have this, will you? I just need to get the locksmith to come up and change the locks. You all right for a few minutes?
Yeah. I can't think. My brain's flustered. I can't think what else to pack.
With the locks changed, the eviction is complete. David must now leave the room he's called home for the last 6 years.
Sorry, what's your first name?
David.
David, Paul.
It will be up to the council to provide emergency accommodation. But as a single man, he won't be a priority for rehousing.
Living conditions weren't brilliant by any means. I mean, it was a tiny little place. Barely swing a cat in there. You know, it's just nowhere near enough room for someone to live. I don't think so.
Paul and Steve have faced a distressing eviction. But in Brian and Dell's next case...
I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to call a removal vehicle and I'm going to empty your hotel. What would you like to do?
A debtor in denial leaves a hotel in chaos.
I'm going to call a truck.
Last year, over 100,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. With an average value of nearly £3,500, creditors are increasingly turning to the High Court to get their money back. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Greenwich, South East London, to collect money owed by a hotel to a catering supplies company.
What have we got now, Del?
We're going to KBS Bars Limited, trading as King William Hotel. The amount we're looking to collect is £6,507.79p.
Okay. This has been refurbed, mate. It's all freshly painted.
If the owners of the hotel can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize goods to offset the value of the debt.
Hi, mate. Yeah, I'm trying to find King William's Hotel. We're here. Oh, is that the hotel there?
Yeah, this is the hotel.
Hi, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. My name's Mr. Anglin. I have a High Court writ here.
Manager, so you have to come either when there's a manager here or...
No, I'm here now and I'm going to deal with the situation.
This is nothing to do with her.
Well, will you get the manager then, please?
She's not here. She was go out and call her for you, but...
Well...
The receptionist, Valerie, appears to be the only member of staff in the hotel.
I've got a High Court writ for monies owed, okay? And I need to collect £6,500. Well, I know you don't personally, but it's not against you.
They don't keep money on the premises, so...
Well, they don't have to. They can sort of transfer it from one bank to another, can't they?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, no, I think it might, because if it doesn't, then we will have to go in each and every room and remove goods to cover that.
How many rooms are here?
20.
Okay.
The manager,
Yeah.
she's not in, and then the owners are Sam and Kima, who actually own the hotel.
Can you call them?
I don't have their number.
Valerie rings a colleague, Maria, for help.
There's law enforcement here, so what do I do? Because I can't get through to Sam and Kima because I don't know the number.
Do you want me to speak to her? I'm happy to. Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. Hi, you all right?
What the enforcement is for?
We have a High Court writ.
Right, okay.
Maria gives Valerie a number for Sam, one of the owners.
Tuition here at the Premium Hotel, and they'd like to speak to... Yeah, should I pass you over to the gentleman? Yeah.
Your turn, Brian. I'll be effective. I'm listening.
Hello, who's this, please? Sam, how you doing? My name's Brian O'Shaughnessy. Who are you in connection to this business? You own it? OK, no problem. What we need, sir, is full payment now to satisfy the High Court writ. We have to either collect full monies or enforce it, which will be removal of goods, obviously. We don't want to do that. Because I'm not going to waste my time, because if you can't, I'm going to call a removal vehicle and I'm going to empty your hotel. What would you like to do? Thank you very much. You can't pay. I'm going to call a truck. Can I talk to him? He's on the phone. I'm not wasting any time.
With owner Sam saying he can't pay, Brian calls for recovery vehicles. He hopes that the threat of seizing goods will kickstart the hotel owners into paying the £6,500 debt.
Will you also mention to him we will be going into the guests' rooms to remove goods belonging to the hotel if he's not going to pay?
The agents have the right to take goods from all areas of the hotel, including the bedrooms, if they're unoccupied.
Hello, so how are you?
Very well, how are you?
I would suggest you hold back on that until we've resolved the issue.
So, would you mind taking a seat? Sorry.
Dell advises that the guests remain in the lobby until the case is resolved.
Obviously, I didn't expect this to happen. I don't think they expected it to happen, to be fair, looking at the look on their face.
Well, I feel sorry for the customers because it's not their business, it's not their fight. They just want a room for the night. I haven't worked all day, you know, and they've turned up, haven't paid their good money, and may not get a room.
2 hours after the agents first arrived, no one has turned up to help Valerie deal with the situation. But then she gets a call.
Right, they said somebody will be here within 50 minutes.
To...
I'm going to pay some money.
They need to pay it in full as well.
Outside the hotel, the removal vehicles have now arrived. The agents need to be ready to seize goods, just in case the owner fails to pay the full £6,500. One of the items is a classic old red telephone box.
What is it that you wanted to take?
Telephone box. It's going to be a pain in the arse, isn't it? Yeah, of course you can. But it weighs a bloody ton. They're going to have a look at it and see what it weighs. About 8 or 9 people to get that in when they were moving it from next door into here. I've got another vehicle coming to remove any other assets, sofas and stuff like that.
15 minutes have now passed since the owners last called, and they still haven't arrived to make a payment.
You want to take the sofas or move the sofas? I'll do what you want, yeah?
If the owners don't show up soon, they might not have a hotel to come back to. Valerie talks to Sam again.
So then they can hold on taking the new goods because they've already started taking the chairs. You're coming to pay money. Okay, then I'll tell them and then they'll hold up the new one.
It's coming with cash, is it?
It's coming with cash.
Take care.
With the promise of payment in full, Dell goes outside to put the removal on hold.
Right, he reckons it's coming with cash. Let's hold it now.
Finally, the owners show up. The agents have been at the hotel for nearly 4 hours. Now, because of extra fees, their original £6,500 debt has been increased by another £1,600.
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Thanks for coming. Come in. It is 8116.99. Okay, Mr. Kumar, I've been here for 4 hours. You've got customers sitting in your reception, and we need to get it resolved and paid. I would love to get paid and leave and let your business continue. Okay? Thank you very much.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
With the debt now being paid in full, Dell tells Valerie that the case has been resolved.
You can deal with the guests now if you like.
Thank you, Valerie.
That's all you're going to get. That's the final settlement.
That's fine, that's fine. Thanks for paying it. Happy days, paid cash. Let's go. Yeah, all done.
The collection vehicles are sent away. And Brian and Dell have got the result they needed for the claimant.
7 or 8 grand. All £1,000 bags, yeah, 50s. But that's somebody's money. You know, that could keep a business afloat, you know? Has a knock-on effect. But these people still want to sit there and think we're out of order of what we're doing. Poor Valerie, she had to deal with us, the punters, and the bosses. I mean, that woman deserves a medal.
The total value of the buy-to-let property market in the UK is set to exceed £1 trillion in 2016. But landlords across the UK are losing £9.9 billion in rent arrears and property damage each year. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are on the road again. This time they're in North London to carry out another repossession.
Today we're in Tottenham. We have a repossession in Strode Road.
The tenants, Anna Blazak and her family, have lived in the property for over 3 years. The landlord claims they owe him thousands of pounds in unpaid rent.
It's quite tidy, isn't it? It's like a nice little enclave.
20's here, 23.
But the agents aren't here to collect the rent arrears. Their job is to get the tenants out today. The landlord, Mario, is waiting for them at the property.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, this isn't good by the looks of it.
It's not good.
All right.
How you doing? The tenant is not happy. She doesn't want to leave.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, give us 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Mario has just warned his tenants they're about to be evicted.
Is Balzac?
Yeah. Are you mad?
No, we're not mad.
Who is
You
Miss
don't
Anna?
own the property.
Yes,
You've just repossessed it.
Where are we meant to go? Where are we meant to go? I have a child that's 4 months old.
Okay, relax, please.
Polish-born tenants, Claudia and her mother Anna, are clearly in shock. Claudia calls her boyfriend for help.
Are you coming? They hurry up because they came, bruv. What am I meant to do? Bruv, what am I meant to fucking do? Hurry up then. Dobra, okay.
As Claudia has a young baby, Steve needs them to understand what they must do next.
Can I explain how the system works?
No, I'm calling the police. I don't want
Okay, I'll explain to you anyway.
explain, but
You have an hour to get your personal effects together. You can then make an arrangement and come back and collect everything else.
Well,
Okay, what would you
police
like?
are asking who you're like.
We're High Court enforcement
High Court enforcement.
and we have a writ from the High Court.
Yeah, but we didn't get nothing from the court that we did.
You won't get anything from the High Court. You will only get paperwork
Do you
from the
have
council.
warrants?
Pardon?
Warrants?
Yes. This one is for you, which enables you to take this to the council, and the council will then help you, hopefully, with housing.
Yeah, but we have nowhere to go.
I was trying to explain it to you.
Yeah, but you don't get it. We have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. We didn't even get a letter from the court.
Some people, once we've knocked on the door and we go in and we explain to them the situation, then they say, oh, we're going to phone the police, asking them if we can be here. Well, all of that's all okay, but you need to get your stuff together because, you know, you're wasting valuable time.
Claudia is trying to get the police to come and stop the eviction.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have nowhere to go. We didn't even get a letter from that. We need to move out. Yeah, but the thing is, I have a lot of things. I'm not gonna fucking an hour.
You didn't listen to me. I said
Never mind.
you have an hour to take your personal effects and then you can make an arrangement to come back and collect everything that belongs to you.
Yeah, but when I'm meant to, how am I meant to do that with, I need a whole day to bank that things.
The police tell Claudia the agents have a legal right to evict her today.
Nie przyjadą, bo powiedzieli, że mają to z sądu i mamy iść do kansilu. A ja jestem niewyszykowana.
The tenants claim they know nothing about the eviction, so Paul and Steve head out to talk to landlord Mario and his wife.
It's horrible, but it's not personal to them. It's just that I can't afford to keep paying the mortgage without covering the bills.
But then Claudia suddenly appears at the door, wanting to talk to the agents.
If we're moving out today, then let him give us basically 1 month the basic deposit to give it back.
Claudia claims it's not them who owe the money to the landlord, but the other way round.
Mom said that if we paid him on Saturday £200 for the house.
Sorry, I don't...
Come then.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. What happens is now...
Listen here, we paid him money on this fucking Saturday, and then I want it back. Simple as.
With the eviction going nowhere, Paul and Steve must try and get the tenants out before the dispute turns ugly. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Tottenham, North London, to carry out an eviction.
Oh, this isn't good by the looks of it.
The tenant, Claudia, said she knew nothing about the eviction.
Where are we meant to go? Where are we meant to go? I have a child that's 4 months old.
Okay, relax, please.
The landlord claimed his tenants owed thousands of pounds in unpaid rent.
I can't afford to pay the mortgage.
But Claudia had a very different version of events.
Listen here, we paid him money on this fucking Saturday, and then I want it back. Simple as.
Now Paul wants to get to the truth of the matter.
They've known about the eviction since May of last year.
Yeah. Have you got the Samaritan's number? Because I can see this is stressing you.
No, I don't.
He does, he gets really...
I get very
No,
stressed.
but listen, this story is what we hear 3 or 4 times a day. And this is slightly worse because they're loud.
Mario claims that he's been trying to get the tenants out for 9 months.
So what is the rent arrears then?
I don't know, it's in the several thousand.
Minutes later, Claudia spots her landlord waiting outside and decides to confront him.
Because you're kicking us out, we need the money. We paid you 2 days ago.
But you owe him thousands. You haven't paid the rent for months.
We haven't paid it, we pay every week.
Oh.
Exactly. So why is he lying for now?
Claudia claims that she and her mother are up to date with their rent. But despite the ongoing dispute, the High Court writ means the family must leave today.
We're going to call the police now.
Mamo, on powiedział, że dzwoni na policję.
I have message, send landlord, I have money.
Well, I don't get it. She pays him every week.
Saturday.
Can I stop you? This eviction...
Money, Mario.
Yeah, you sent me money on Saturday.
Yeah. Why you not tell me I not pay?
Anna, how much money have I paid because you won't leave the property? Yeah? You don't understand.
And every week, 200 pounds.
It's not every week, Anna.
Every week.
It wasn't every week,
Yeah,
Anna.
every
No,
week.
It's not enough.
With tempers rising, Paul advises Mario to leave the property until the tenants have gone.
I've sent the landlord away. He's getting stressed anyway. He wants to be somewhere else. We've got the key. So we'll just do the normal. We'll lock them up, meet him later on and give him the keys.
The agents have now been at the house for over an hour, but the tenants still seem reluctant to leave.
This eviction process has actually been going on for 9 months.
9 months?
It started off as rent arrears, turned into an end of tenancy, because the rent arrears scenario was just never going to go anywhere.
Get yourself ready, get the baby sorted, and then you can take that letter and yourself and the baby down to the council.
I don't get why you coming here, yeah? And basically, I didn't even get a letter. Mom just got a letter. Let me show you what letter she got.
After claiming she knew nothing about the eviction, Claudia fetches a letter from the county court.
And does it say anywhere that we need to move out at 11 o'clock?
OK, the judge here has said that it can be transferred to the High Court. Now, with the High Court, you don't get any notification. I know it doesn't work for you, and I get that. We don't make the rules, OK? The reality with some of the people that we go to is that they tell us they're not going to leave. The real story is that they are going to leave. The piece of paper says they will leave.
The family finally seem to understand that they must go, but they still don't seem to be in any hurry.
It's now 12:20. We've been here since 11 o'clock.
No, everything take.
You're not taking everything.
Anna has called her ex-partner to help move their belongings.
How long before the car is coming?
30 minutes.
No, that's not good enough. So you need to start putting stuff outside the house.
I'm not finished.
Nearly 2 hours after the agents first arrived at the house, Claudia's boyfriend and Anna's ex-partner have finally arrived to help.
You understand the situation here? OK, fine.
If you get any problems, if you photograph the sticker on the door, that's our company. So if you get any problems with getting stuff and things, yeah, just take a photograph of it. All right.
As Claudia has a baby, she'll be entitled to emergency accommodation.
OK.
The eviction is now complete.
At the end of the day, they understood the situation.
They owe £10,000 worth in rent, or between £7,000 and £10,000 worth in rent. They'd be giving him dribs and drabs, 200 here, 200 there. You know, it's just not... It doesn't cut the mustard, does it?
Just dragging their heels for time and everything, you know, because they want to.
Next time, Del and Dale find themselves in a volatile situation.
It's not your stuff. We are taking it. Move from there. All of this is unnecessary.
Brian and Del meet a couple whose lives have been turned upside down,
It shouldn't cost £4 to bury a fucking human being.
while Stuart and Vic meet a businessman at the end of her tether.
You're not removing anything. Mark's I've got all in my arse.
We won't be leaving here until the money's collected.
And if you thought that was tense, stand by for the double bill, including the season finale of Suspects, The Enemy Within, next here on Channel 5. Whilst over on 5 Star Next, if you've got the questions, and you definitely do, brand new Sex Pod has got the answers.